there's more to this story.
A new episode, CBS Friday in 2 weeks.
The Equalizer is all new, CBS Sunday and streaming on Paramount+.
Winds slowly die down for tonight. The clouds hang around as well. Might squeeze out a few flurries. If you have any plans for the weekend, we'll have that forecast coming up.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, President-elect Trump has made more selections for his administration, including Treasury Secretary. We'll have the latest from Washington, D.C. Plus, we check out a free community resource fair looking to offer assistance for homeless in the UP and reduce the stigma of poverty. And Upper Hand Brewery in Escanaba holds a beard contest as part of No Shave November. We'll hear from one of the winners. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Things are pretty cloudy and rather chilly here for tonight and into the day on Saturday. Clouds will hang tough. Now, we don't have any precipitation icons here, but we may set off a few isolated flakes of snow, perhaps some rain showers, but nothing of consequence here. But it's cold. Many of you will have a hard time getting above that 40-degree mark overall as we head on through Saturday. We'll check out Sunday's forecast and a quick look at the Thanksgiving holiday forecast later in the show. Kevin?
Tom, thank you. Starting with the latest from Washington, President-elect Donald Trump has chosen his nominee for U.S. Treasury Secretary and several other high-level positions. Nicole Skanga reports from Washington.
President-elect Donald Trump says he'll nominate Scott Bessent, a billionaire investor and hedge fund manager, to run the U.S. Treasury Department. As Treasury Secretary, Bessent could help shape the financial markets and the incoming president's approach to trade tariffs, which he's vowed to impose on Chinese goods. Trump also announced Friday he's nominating Dr. Jeanette Neshawat as U.S. Surgeon General, former Florida Congressman and Dr. Dave Weldon as Director of the CDC, and Dr. Marty McCary as FDA Commissioner. On Thursday, Trump picked Pam Bondi to replace an embattled Matt Gaetz as the U.S. Attorney General nominee. Bondi, a staunch Trump ally, was Florida's Attorney General for 2 terms and defended him during the first impeachment trial.
They threw due process, fundamental fairness, and our Constitution out the window.
Bondi also backed Trump's alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election results.
They are not letting every legal vote count.
Gaetz bowed out amid growing controversy over a House investigation into alleged sexual misconduct. Gaetz has denied all allegations. While his next step remains unclear, Gaetz said he would not return to serve in the next Congress in January.
I'm still going to be in the fight, but it's going to be from a new perch.
For his part, the president-elect racked up another legal victory on Friday. The judge in the New York hush money case postponed sentencing indefinitely and will now hear arguments on whether the case should be thrown out entirely because Trump is headed back to the White House.
President-elect Trump also said he is nominating Russell Thurlow Vaught, who has spent years working on public policy in Washington, as director of the Office of Management and Budget. He also plans to nominate Oregon Representative Lori Chavez Derrimer as Secretary of Labor and Scott Turner as Secretary for Housing and Urban Development. The winter weather will be here before we know it, and the Michigan State Police are reminding people to drive cautiously as conditions start to change. MSP says keep extra distance between you and the vehicle in front of you, put all distractions away, giving the road your full attention. If you can feel your car start to enter a skid, don't panic. Keep your foot off the brake, turn into the skid, and look in the direction you want the car to be going. Remembering basic driving safety reminders and preparing in advance could keep you safe while traveling this winter.
You never know what you're going to encounter, whether you hit a deer, whether you get stuck in a snowbank. It's better to be prepared and have everything you need than be stranded and then start to panic.
There are more of those winter driving tips on our website, WZMQ19.com. November is nationally recognized as Homeless Awareness Month, and today, Delta County organizations held an event to provide resources to anyone in need. Our Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons has more.
The Menominee Delta Schoolcraft Community Action Agency hosted a free community resource fair at Bay College.
We wanted to do an event providing information, and we have some helpful giveaways, kind of basic needs items to bring awareness about the problem that is an issue here.
In fact, just over 1,000 people in the UP experienced homelessness in 2023, up 18% from the year before. The Community Action Agency has seen a few key factors contribute to that increase.
We're definitely feeling effects from the pandemic. The housing market has had an effect on people experiencing homelessness, and having extra barriers on top of that makes it difficult.
The state and our low-income programs consider paying any more than 30% of your income toward rent is not affordable, and often people are paying 80%. Low-income housing is really important. We just don't have enough of it.
More than 20 vendors offered necessities like food, hygiene products, healthcare resources, and employment services that can make all the difference for someone in need.
No one agency can do it all. The resources and the referrals are real important.
The Community Action Agency says fairs like this can change people's perceptions of homelessness and poverty.
The stigma behind it isn't always accurate, that people are struggling.
Many of my clients as an outreach worker have jobs, but they can't find that housing. To get that housing in our area, legislators need to make some decisions and come together. So that's why breaking that stigma is so important to help get people on board to help.
And provide some hope for those who need it most.
It is a tough time, but we do want people to know that we are here to support them. We can all come together and hopefully make homelessness rare, brief, and non-reoccurring.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
Renovations to the Vista Theater in Negaunee will have considerable input from the public. Our John Truitt spoke to Negaunee's city manager about what's next for the historic theater.
The city of Negaunee held a public input session this week to determine the future of the Vista Theater. The city presented preliminary blueprints for how the theater will look once the renovations are complete. Negaunee City Manager Nate Heffron says soliciting the public's input is important.
This is truly going to be a community theater and a community center. We want to get that community input from them so we can provide some services that they'll be looking for.
Until all input from residents is studied, there will be no definitive plans on how the building will be configured.
We have not analyzed any of the information we received yet. We're going to wait till all those public participation meetings, those input sessions are completed. Then we'll gather all those comments, see if there's any common themes, see if there's anything we missed, any aha moments that we can apply to our planning.
The plans obviously call for the Vista to operate as a theater, but Heffron sees potential for much more.
Kind of making it into a community center at the same time. So that could be meeting rooms, it could be areas for live bands to come in, maybe playing movies.
The city of Negaunee received $3 million in state money last year. However, with rising construction costs, more funding will be needed to complete the project.
We are going to have to find some additional funding. We're going to find some funding by raising it within the community to some degree, but also we are attempting to get some federal and state historic tax credits.
The Vista Theater rebuild is all part of Negaunee's downtown redevelopment plan, which has seen major improvements already to the city's downtown. In Negaunee, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
Heffron says if all goes as planned, the Vista Theater may be open sometime in 2026. Tonight, Lansing celebrated the start of the Christmas season with the 40th annual Silver Bells in the City. Thousands crowded downtown in the square right in front of the Capitol building. The big excitement of the evening was the lighting of the Christmas tree, accompanied by a sing-along with former American Idol David Archuleta. Then 200 drones took to the sky for a synchronized spectacle, creating various wintertime icons and even the Grinch sneaking off with a Christmas tree. It all wrapped up with the fireworks over the Capitol. The Christmas tree will be in place throughout the holiday season. All month long, a group of Yoopers has been taking No Shave November very seriously, and tonight they were rewarded for their efforts by an Escanaba brewery. Upper Hand Brewery hosted its annual Battle of the Beards. Categories included Best Freestyle Mustache, Best Groomed Beard, Most Unruly, Most Creative, and At Least He Tried. Participants were judged by the Man Cave Hair and Beard Parlor, and when a category ended in a tie, the audience cheered as loudly as they could for their favorite facial hair.
I'm feeling wonderful. Totally unexpected win, and I'm glad that my 2 years of hard work has paid off, and I'm just glad I can just bring a trophy home to my family.
Upper Hand and the Man Cave sent the winners home with an assortment of grooming products to keep their beards and mustaches looking their best. Tom DeVecchio is next with their first warning weather forecast. Plus, customers get the chance to take a quick trip to space on board a Blue Origin spacecraft. And holiday shopping has begun, especially online. We'll go over how to navigate all the deals that are taking place on several websites. We're back in 2 minutes.
Optimize your home during Kirkish Furniture's Black November sale. This GE French door refrigerator Black Friday price $1,499. Maytag top load washer and matching dryer just $549 each. 12-month no interest financing and free local delivery. All month long at Kirkish Furniture.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to buy get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget,
We're celebrating R&B.
I see y'all was getting y'all groove on right with me.
So we gotta have a legend. How about John Legend?
All right.
Plus, she's up for 4 Grammys. It's money long.
I had to show out for Jennifer Hudson.
You outdid yourself.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, Monday at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
Tonight on The Late Show, I'm joined by Puppies and Chris Evans. It's your mom's dream come true.
CBS tonight.
Some places talk about being local, but we actually are local. Our family started Superior Collision 18 years ago, and we're still the ones who own and operate it today. No big company name, no outside investors. We are all Marquette, and we're going to stay that way. We are part of this community, and we are proud of the work we do. You can choose to go to a corporate body shop, or you can stay local and go to Superior Collision, Marquette's local hometown body shop.
The devil is always in the details. Forensic Factor.
Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
Looking at cloudy skies for the balance of the night. How's the weekend looking in the grand scheme of things? It will be chilly. Be hard-pressed to get above 40 for many of you. But while we can't rule out a few isolated flakes of snow or some rain showers here and there, it's going to be mainly dry. And if you're traveling for next week, no big storms are expected, though we'll kind of look at a quick day-by-day of what we expect, at least for the Upper Peninsula. Tonight, the balance of tonight, a lot of clouds around. A few isolated flurries or some showers here and there, and that trend will continue through Saturday. We still have that kind of northwesterly flow, and that's what's causing, again, popping up here and there. But the air is too stable to really give us any appreciable precipitation. Even for Sunday, the clouds hang tough. But it is a northwest flow coming off Lake Superior, and because of that, we can't rule out maybe a few bands of, a few isolated lake effect areas of some flakes here. The wind's not too strong. So, have any travel plans for next week? Let's go day by day here. See what the models are showing. Now, we have a lot of color here, like, oh my gosh, all this snow. But notice the colors are more in the very light range. So, yeah, we could get a light accumulation, particularly from Lance out toward Iron River, the usual areas of the western parts of the UP and interior sections that might get maybe an inch or two of a slush accumulation, but it shouldn't be too bad there. And that trend will continue into Tuesday morning. So you may have to deal with early morning, maybe some slickness or slush on the roadways, but no big accumulations here. Let's go through the rest of Tuesday. You can see it looks like the precip tries to move out. The other thing to notice here, not a lot of magenta, or actually that's more pink, kind of a mauve pinkish color here. We don't like to see that. That's usually a mix, maybe some freezing mix, but it's probably going to be more sleet if it did happen. As we go on into Tuesday night, again, we won't be rain or snow free, but we're not seeing those dark blues or those dark magentas. Those are what really would cause some concern if you were traveling. Of course, Wednesday, the big travel day, not much here. We're looking at, again, some light snow showers here. So maybe get a light accumulation in some of the inland sections. You might get, perhaps an inch or two grassy areas and perhaps some early morning slushiness and maybe a little slickness on the road. So keep that in mind as you travel. Back to tonight, though, mostly cloudy. Most of you into the 30s. May set off a few flurries or some showers on and off tomorrow, but mainly dry and cold, as you can see. Temperatures upper 30s to near 40. Here's the rest of the 7-day. We'll have a little mix as we head toward Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Cold conditions, probably Tuesday and Wednesday. If there's any accumulations, probably these 2 days is when it would happen, early Wednesday. And then we'll keep things dry for Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Tom. 6 more space tourists took the trip of a lifetime today aboard a Blue Origin spacecraft. The flawless launch this morning near Van Horn, Texas, carried a TV host, married couple, contest winner, entrepreneur, and a Canadian business executive to the edge of space for a 10-minute ride. This was the private company's 9th human flight.
We still have to watch these closely. Because something can go wrong with these flights. And with these kinds of missions, when something goes wrong, it's usually catastrophic. But so far, their flights with people on board have been flawless. Blue Origin's got a very reliable rocket engine, very reliable rocket. And, of course, their spacecraft, the capsule itself, has done perfectly during all of their flights.
Amazon founder Jeff Bezos owns Blue Origin. So far, his company's launches have sent 47 people to suborbital space through its New Shepard program, named for NASA astronaut Alan Shepard, the first American to travel into space. The holiday shopping season is here, but finding the best deals online can depend on when you shop. Christine Lazar explains.
Maurice Rogers is at Target searching out holiday deals for his young son. What are the things you're looking for this holiday season?
So any kind of toy for a 1-year-old and clothes.
He shops for gifts in-store but plans to make most purchases online. Adobe predicts Americans will spend nearly $241 billion online this holiday season, up 8.4% from a year ago. And retailers are trying to attract customers with deals.
We're expecting big discounts.
Adobe Analytics expert Eric Matisoff says certain days can be better than others for savings. He says Thanksgiving will offer the deepest discounts for toys, appliances, furniture, and sporting goods. Black Friday shoppers can take advantage of bargains for televisions. There will be lower prices for computers on Saturday, November 30th. And Cyber Monday will have discounts on electronics and apparel.
As long as you align your purchasing with the best day for those deals, then you're going to end up in luck.
If you don't want to wait for the holiday weekend, many retailers like Target, Walmart, and Amazon are already offering Black Friday type deals. Audrey Pardo plans to take full advantage.
I used to work in retail, so I know how that pricing change makes all the difference, especially shopping for the holidays.
And if you buy something now but find it cheaper later, many stores, including Target, offer price matching.
Within 14 days, if they see something cheaper at our competitor, we'll price match it.
Adobe says the best online discounts fall between Thanksgiving and Cyber Monday, but retailers will continue offering deals through December.
Mike Ludlam has your look at sports after the break. He has the highlights from as Michigan Tech hockey faces off against Minnesota State. That and more after this.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy pre-owned vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Get into the holiday cooking spirit at the Taste of the Island Holiday Cooking Show, December 10th in Harris. Nicole Mercier, who is featured on the Food Network, will be demonstrating cookie decorating techniques. And the Island Resort and Casino's executive chef will be doing live demonstrations. Tickets are $30 and can be picked up at the Daily Press, Elmhurst County Market, or at the Island Resort and Casino. The Taste of the Island Holiday Cooking Show, sponsored by WZMQ 19, the Island Resort and Casino, and the Daily Press.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Good evening, everyone. It's a battle for first place this weekend in the Central Collegiate Hockey Association. Minnesota State and Michigan Tech each have 12 points in the standings, but the Huskies only have played 4 league games, while the Mavericks have played 6. To the McGinnis Student Ice Arena we go. Tech is wearing, by the way, the 1962 sweaters with gold helmets. We will start in the first period. Mavericks already up 1-0. Tech in the power play. Rylan Brown gets the goal. Assists from Max Koskaperti and Marcus Pettersson, and it's tied at 1. Then time running out in the period. Tom Leppa with an even strength goal. Right there, 2 seconds remaining in the period. Lori Raymond with the helper, and it is 2-1 Tech after 1. To the second, Derek Malahy is busy in the net. You're going to need a second view to see how he stopped that one, and I'm still not sure how he did that. No scoring in the period. To the third, Luigi Benacasa scored 2 of the 4 Minnesota State goals in the period. One of them was shorthanded. The other was on the power play, and they scored 2 more in the last minute and a half. So the Mavericks go on to win this one 5-2. Joe Sean, not thrilled.
Saw that. I thought, we went down early. We didn't start out very well. We were given a 5-on-3, got a goal on that 5-on-3 to give us a little light. Stole the goal at the end of the period. I don't know what happened on that play. I'll look at it, but good for Leppa and whoever was involved in that. But we stole it with just seconds left in the first period, and then from that point on, we didn't obviously do a whole lot.
Same 2 teams tomorrow at 6:07 p.m. It's junior hockey night and skate with the Huskies after the game. Elsewhere in the CCHA, Ferris State coach Bob Daniels won his 500th game last weekend in a win over Lake Superior State. Tonight, 5-2 Bulldogs over Augustana. And St. Thomas and Bemidji played to an official NCAA 2-2 tie. High school hockey, Marquette visiting Escanaba this evening, and Graham Johnson scores a fast goal for Escanaba to take a 1-0 lead. To the other end of the ice, Marquette will get on the board. A little sloppy passing by the Eskimos, and Braden Otavero will get this one in, and it is 1-1 after 1. Jump to the third period. Eskimos on the attack. Dave Mattinen get the puck up to Nolan Bink, and on the other side is Owen Labonte, and not much the goalie can do there. 2-1 Escanaba at 5:15. 89 seconds later, Cale Carter will score some insurance on his 18th birthday, and Escanaba defeats Marquette for the first time since November 29th of 2016 by the score of 3-1. Cully Hayes had 32 saves for the Eskimos. Let us head north to Calumet, shall we, for the Copper Kings and the Hull Highlanders. The junior ROTC, again, a very good job with the colors. First period, Howell buzzing. Number 7, junior Nolan Fyrick puts the puck into the net to give the Highlanders a lead at 1-0 at 2:05. A little more than 2 minutes later, Calumet will turn the puck over, and senior defenseman Parker Fronte puts the biscuit in the basket. And the next thing you know, Calumet's not looking very good at the moment, down 2. We're still in the first period. Highlanders in the offensive end. Bryce Escala, a nice return pass, and that makes it 3-0 in favor of the Green and Vegas Gold visitors. And on the next face-off, Rory Sturos over to Captain Chad Pietola, and pass to Ben Hootery. And the next thing you know, it was 4-0 after 1. That was just 8 seconds after the third goal. Calumet scored twice in the second, but Howell skates away with a 7-2 win. On the scoreboard here, Houghton scored 3 times the first period and gave Chris Givens' Traverse City Central team more than Chris wanted to know tonight. 8-0 Houghton with the win. And Cranbrook visits Sault Ste. Marie and gets a 4-0 decision over the Blue Devils. Turning to all UP football honors, the 11-player All-Stars were announced today. Mr. Football for the season, Alex Jane, the running back of Iron Mountain. The Offensive Player of the Year, Ian Martla of the Mountaineers. Defensive Player of the Year, Alec Haffercorn of the Mountaineers. Your Matthew Snyder Lineman of the Year is Talon Smith of Marquette. Coach of the Year, Robin Martla of Iron Mountain. He's now retiring. The Large School of the Year is Kingsford. The Small School of the Year is Iron Mountain. Catching up with the 8-player awards, Mr. Football, Lane Gorzinski of North Central. Offensive Player of the Year, Tommy Story of Pickford. On defense, Matt Rahali of Newberry. And your Snyder Lineman is Kevin Giuliani of Forest Park. Your Coaches of the Year in Division 1, Josh Rader of Pickford. D2, Brian Frabry of Forest Park. Pickford and Forest Park, your teams of the year. By the way, the 8-player finals at the Superior Dome tomorrow. Pickford against Deckerville in the first game in Division 1, 11 in the morning, and Morris and Forest Park in the second game at 2 o'clock Eastern, 1 Central Time. The NMU women's soccer team reached the NCAA tournament for the 3rd straight season. The Wildcats made the trip to Ashland, Ohio to face the Drury Panthers from Missouri. Rain and wind moving from left to right during this contest, and it may have been in favor of Drury. NMU with a nice chance there in the early part of the first half. Molly Pistorius just missed with a header. On the other end, from a corner kick, Andrea Carmago will get the goal. Elena Perez the assist at 27-38, 1-0 Panthers. And they would score again about 13 minutes later. Kira Love will chip it over Sally Patton to make it 2-0 Panthers. And heaven forbid they would score again about a minute and a half later. Audrey Carmago will put this one in. Yes, twin sisters in case you weren't keeping track. So it was 3-0 Drury at the end of the half. Molly Pistorius would score early in the second half within the first 5 minutes for NMU. And unfortunately, this would be the end of NMU's season. Drury wins this one 4-1. Wildcats end the campaign with a record of 14-4-4. Other college scores, if we can. In soccer, in the Division I women's level, Michigan State in overtime excuses Texas 3-2. This game was the second round of the NCAA tournament at Durham, North Carolina. Mackenzie Anthony scored twice, including in overtime. College hoops real quickly. Northern men lost to Minnesota State Moorhead 82-71. It was 4 players in double figures for the Wildcats, and Michigan Tech fell to Minnesota Duluth 80-70 despite 29 points from Marcus Tomaszek. The Michigan State football game at the moment not quite done. Spartans leading in the fourth quarter 24-17, and we will be right back.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget,
We are here, around the clock, in all weather. Your home away from home in medical crisis. We've seen it all, weddings through holidays. We don't have all the answers, but we're always present. It isn't for the thank you. We do it for our guests like Tom, Pam, and Nora. And your support brings warmth and comfort to families in need. Please donate today and help us make it home.
Something thrilling is happening all over Michigan. The totally new game from the Michigan Lottery. Introducing Cash Pop. Just match one number from 1 to 15. Yep, just one. It's so easy to play. If your number drops, you can win up to $5,000. And 4 draws an hour keep the excitement popping all day long. Now, when your number drops, the cash pops. That's new Cash Pop from the Michigan Lottery.
Final look at the forecast for the balance of tonight. A lot of clouds hanging around the Upper Peninsula here. And we may set off a few isolated flurries, perhaps some showers. Cold near the freezing mark along the Wisconsin border. Mid-30s elsewhere tomorrow. Hard pressed to get above 40. It's a cold one. Fortunately, not too windy. You can see some of you, we may set off perhaps a few isolated showers, perhaps some flakes of snow here. The rest of the 7-day, we're looking at a good chance that we'll see some chilly temperatures certainly for Sunday, and then a little mix on Monday here. Tuesday and Wednesday, a little better chance maybe getting a light accumulation of snow for your travels, and snow showers into Wednesday. But again, not much here. And Thursday, just a few drops or some flakes here and there for Turkey Day. Hopefully you can get out and enjoy and keep it safe. We'll have more coming up next week. Kevin, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Tom, and happy Friday, Mike.
Happy Friday.
Any final announcements
Well,
for
of
us?
course there are final announcements. Good news for Packer fans, possibly, because quarterback Brock Purdy and Nick Bosa, the defensive end of San Francisco, have been ruled out of Sunday's game against Green Bay. That game is at 4:25 Eastern, 3:25 Central Time. Earlier in the day, the Lions visit Indianapolis, so that's a 1 o'clock Eastern Time kickoff. Well, they didn't overlook last week, so I'm pretty sure they're not going to overlook this week either. So I think that'll be okay. Good luck to our 2 GLIAC volleyball teams in the semifinals in Big Rapids. Michigan Tech takes on Ferris State first, and then it's NMU against Grand Valley State. And the Michigan Tech men's cross country team at the Nationals this weekend out in Sacramento, California. I would hope the weather is better than it has been maybe in the Copper Country or somewhere else today.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike, and thanks for watching. We'll see you all on Monday.
"19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Tonight on The Late Show, I'm joined by Puppies and Chris Evans. It's your mom's dream come true.
CBS tonight.